Yes, okay. Welcome to Eco 501, Section 1, Week 10. This week we will be covering a concept called asymmetric information. Okay, whatever information means, the first key term of this, the first word in this term is that asymmetric. So asymmetric basically means that information is tilted either to the right, if you look at a normal curve, or to the left. So when it's tilted to the left or the right, we have two parts. One part is the buyer's part, another part is the seller's part. If information is symmetric, then buyers and sellers have the same set of information about the quality of the product. Let me repeat myself. Buyers and sellers have the same information about the quality of the product. So if we are selling a brand new mobile phone, then the seller knows exactly what he's selling, and the buyer also knows that same information, what he's getting. Today, we are going to look at it in another way, that the buyer will offer a price, seller will respond. Another way of looking at it is buyer will offer good quality or bad quality phone, buyer will respond. So at the end of the class today, in the second half, we're going to play a game. In the game, the buyer will offer a price. Seller will offer a quality, which is good one or good two. So let us go to the screen share. Can you see the slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay, lovely. Oh, sorry. Here we are. Where is it? Huh. Okay, so today's asymmetric information. Okay, we start off again with perfect competition because that's the litmus or the benchmark of all the everything that we're going to look at. In perfect competition, we said that perfect competition is a market where commodities are sold. It's a commodity market. It's a commodity market for two reasons. Number one, there are many buyers and many sellers who cannot collude between themselves. That means a group of buyers cannot collude. At the same time, a group of sellers can also not collude. Everybody is separate. Since there are many buyers and many sellers, decision making is independent. In the last class, we introduced the concept of interdependent decision making. So independent decision making means whatever I decide to sell as a buyer, sorry, as a seller, it doesn't affect another seller and vice versa. The third important aspect of commodity markets is the commodity that is being sold is homogeneous. It's identical in the eyes of the consumer. So if we want to buy a bottle of Coca-Cola, the seller knows exactly what he's selling. The buyer also knows exactly what he's getting. And the two people have the same set of information. Okay, once information is symmetric, buyers and sellers both have the same set of information about the quality of the product or the good that is going to be transacted. Neither buyer can cheat the seller can cheat the buyer. Does that make sense? If both buyers and sellers have the same set of information about the quality of the product, is it possible for one party to cheat the other party?
No, sir.
No.
So this is the main implication of symmetric information. Okay, and this is what we are going to break today. So symmetric information in the right-hand part of this slide is that both the buyer and the seller have the same set of information about the quality of the good. The emphasis is on quality. So if we are transacting a brand new mobile phone, seller knows what he's selling, buyer knows the same information. So that's why neither of the two can cheat the other one and get away. Now, today what we are going to do, we are going to break this symmetric information. How did we define symmetric? Both of them have same set of information. That means 50% of the and 50%. Now, if it is asymmetric, either sellers know more than the buyers about the true quality, or buyers know more about the true quality than the sellers. Then it will be asymmetric information. Once information is not symmetric, the party that has better information about the quality of the product can cheat the other party. That possibility arises. Let me give you a very simple example. I think we've done it before. In a used car market, a market that sells second-hand cars, who knows about the actual quality of the cars better, the seller or the buyers?
Seller.
Seller. Okay,
Seller.
this one is a very common one. Let me give you another example where buyers know better than the sellers. For example, an insurance company, they're selling insurance. So they're selling a life insurance, okay? I want to buy the life insurance. Who knows whether I'm a good patient or a bad patient? Isn't it the buyer, myself?
Buyer. Yes, sir.
Okay. Another example I'll give, for example, a bank wants to give a loan to somebody. Okay. Whether the project is a risky project or a safe project, who has this information? The buyer or the seller? The buyer has the seller.
Buyer.
Not the not the
Not
bank,
the seller.
not the
Yes.
seller, right? So it doesn't matter who has more information. If information is asymmetric, tilted towards the buyers, buyers can cheat the sellers. Tilted towards the sellers can cheat the buyers. Now, in your text, we will they introduce the second-hand car market as a lemons market. This has a little historical background. In 1970, George Akerlof wrote an article called Market for Lemons. This is the
স্যার
first, yes?
আমি একটু ইন্টারাপ্ট করতে চাচ্ছিলাম
Sure.
অ্যাসিমেট্রিক ইনফরমেশনে স্যার আপনি বলতে চাচ্ছেন যে একজন হচ্ছে বেটার জানবে, হয় বায়ার না হয় সেলার, দ্যাট মিন্স একজন আরেকজনকে চিট করবে। এই অ্যাসিমেট্রিক
না, করবে না, করতে পারে।
করতে পারে, ওই তো মানে করতে পারে আর কি, ওইটাই বলতে চাচ্ছিলাম যে যদি সেলার বেশি জানে বায়ারের থেকে, দ্যাট মিন্স সেলার হচ্ছে কিছু ইনফরমেশন হাইড করে সে প্রোডাক্ট সেল করতে পারে।
কারেক্ট।
আর স্যার এখানে আপনি একটা ব্যাংক লোনের এক্সাম্পল দিলেন যে বায়ার বেশি জানবে, স্যার এক্সাম্পলটা আমি একটু বুঝি না, আরেকবার বলবেন ব্যাংক লোনের এক্সাম্পলটা?
আচ্ছা, একটা ব্যাংক লোন দিবে তোমাকে, ঠিক আছে? এখন ইজ দ্য ব্যাংক বায়ার অর সেলার? The bank is selling the loan, right?
Bank seller.
Bank is the seller, and you are the buyer who's going to buy the loan, right?
Yes.
And you want to, you're taking the loan for a project, for some business project that you want to do. Now, who knows the actual information about the quality of the project, whether it's a risky project or a safe project? If it's a risky project, if the bank has this information, bank will definitely charge you a high interest rate. If it's a safe project in a competitive market, bank will definitely have to charge you a lower interest rate, right? Now, who has this information that the true quality of the project is a safe project or a risky project? The
obviously
buyer.
I'm buyer, obviously buyer, মানে আমি লোন নিচ্ছি, সো আমি এটার ব্যাপারে ভালো জানি।
Perfect. So if you for let's forget ethics and morality, if it is possible for you to cheat the bank, won't you cheat the bank by concealing the information?
না মানে আমি যদি নিতে যাই তাহলে তো আমি করব না, obviously.
Definitely. It's at the same time, if I want to buy health insurance, if I'm a sick patient, definitely the premium will be very high. But I know whether I'm a sick patient, I know what my health habits are better than the insurance seller, the insurance company, right?
Yes, sir.
So in this case, what happens? Whether if the buyers have better information than the sellers, buyers have the chance or the opportunity to cheat the sellers. Example was the bank and insurance company. If sellers know better than the buyers, then sellers can cheat the buyers. Example was a used cars market, right?
Exactly. Yes, sir. Now I got it.
Now you got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, lovely. No
Thank
problem.
you, sir. Thank you, sir.
No problem. Okay, so what happened was this lemons market, this has a interesting historical background. George Akerlof in 1970 wrote an article called Market for Lemons, just simple name. And that article was a revolutionary article. It first formalized the problem of asymmetric information. Since Akerlof called it lemons, so what happens is a lemons market is a market where bad quality products are sold. Okay, and how did the do you hear cricket commentary?
Yes, sir.
Achha, sometimes when a bowler bowls a fantastic ball and gets a wicket, doesn't the commentator say pitch of a delivery? Have you heard this phrase? When a bowler bowls a very nice ball and gets a wicket, normally sometimes we hear that the commentator says pitch of a delivery. Have you heard it?
Personally, আমি ক্রিকেট খেলা খুব একটা পছন্দ করি না, তাই কমেন্টারি আমি ভালোমতো শুনিও না।
Okay, lovely, no problem. Next time, if you hear, you see that our Atar Ali Khan uses the word peach. Peach means something very good. Lemons means something very cheap. In America, lemons are widely abundantly available. At one time it was. That's why they were considered to be a cheap fruit. Peach was not widely available, so peach was the better fruit. So lemons are, in American slang, bad quality cars. Peach are good quality cars. So in a used car market, only the seller knows the true quality, whether he is selling a lemons to the seller or a peach to the seller. Buyers cannot 100% verify credibly what he's getting, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let me stop the share. Okay, so we have agreed that in a lemons market, where buyers cannot credibly identify that whether he's buying a good quality phone or a good quality car or a bad quality phone or car, what do the buyers do? What will the buyers do? The buyers have one set of information. Good quality cars and bad quality cars both are available on the market, but which one is good and which one is bad, it's not possible to identify. So what type of a price will the buyer offer the seller?
Which is that quality price will be.
Sorry?
Sir,
Okay.
he will obviously offer for the low price because he has no idea about which one is good or which one is bad.
Okay, let me put it like this. A good quality car is 1000 taka. A bad quality car is 500 taka. Okay, now as a buyer, I don't know whether this is good or bad, but I do know one thing, that the good quality car is 1000, bad quality car is 500. Now what price will I offer? Will I offer 500? Will I offer 1000? Or will I offer something in between?
So obviously 500 because I have no idea about the good quality, this car is good or bad.
Okay,
so
lovely. Okay, then I'm going to add another assumption. I have another information. 50% of the cars are good quality. They are worth 1000. 50% of the cars are bad quality. They are worth 500. Now what will you do? What price will you offer?
Sir, at first, I wanted to know that what the price actually the seller is offering me.
No. Seller is not offering a price. That's the first thing that I wanted to clarify, that the buyer is going to offer a price. Seller is going to give a quality, either good quality or bad quality. So what happens, the buyer does not know whether this is a good quality or bad quality car, but buyer has two informations. A, the good quality car is 1000 taka, bad quality car is 500 taka. 50% of the cars are good quality, 1000. 50% of the cars are bad quality, 500. Now, if this is the information that you have, what price will you offer?
Sir,
Will you
in
offer
between,
in between? Very good. In between, how much will you offer then?
sir, then 700.
750.
Yes, sir.
এবার লজিকটা বোঝা গেছে? Can you understand the logic?
Listen, now I
The 750 স্যার আরেকবার একটু এক্সপ্লেইন
হ্যাঁ,
করবেন।
অবশ্যই অবশ্যই। That is that the good quality cars are 1000, bad quality cars are 500. This I know. Next I know that half of the cars are good quality, half of the cars are bad quality. So I will definitely offer an average price. Okay?
So as a buyer,
As a buyer, I will offer an average price, and that average price will be according to this what do you call it, the distribution of the cars in the market. So if it is 50-50, the buyer will definitely offer 750 taka for a car, right?
for a good quality car.
Yeah, for a good quality car, with the assumption if I if I get offer 750 and I get a good car, then I'm happy. If I offer 750 and I get a bad car, then I will be.
So I might offer less than 500 also.
No, you if you offer less than 500, you won't get anything.
Okay, like, okay, I understood.
Got the logic? The thing is that if I offer 750 and the seller randomly gives me a car, if it's a good car, I'm very happy. I got a fantastic deal, right?
Yes sir.
If it's a bad car, I offered 750, then I get a bad
250 টাকা আমার
loss হয়ে গেল, and I'll be very unhappy. So what will I do in the second round? I will offer a lower price, right?
next purchase sir.
In the first phase, I know that 50% are good, 50% are bad. 1000 and 500. So I will offer 750.
750.
Now, after some time, some of the customers will be very happy. They'll make a fantastic profit, and some of the customers will be very bad. Next group of customers enter the market. They have they have a second information that some customers have become happy, some customers have become sad. So what will the second group of customers do? Will they offer 750 or they will offer
less than 750?
less than 750.
Correct. So they'll offer say 600. Even at 600, what will happen? Some people will get 1000 taka cars, some people will get 500
taka. Yes,
so
sir.
in the third round, what will happen? People will offer a lower average price.
500 taka.
So
People will offer 500 taka.
Ultimately, the price will come down to 500 taka. The price of the that the buyers will be willing to offer, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have just looked at the problem from the buyer's point of view. Now let us look at the problem from the seller's point of view. I'm a seller. I don't know whether I'm selling a good quality car or a bad quality car. Initially, we are assuming that the information is symmetric. So a seller also knows that half of the cars are good quality, half of the cars are bad quality. So a buyer comes, buyer offers 750, seller gives the car. If the seller sees that the car is what you call it, a 500 taka car, seller is happy. But if the seller finds out that he gave a good quality car, seller is very sad.
Very sad. Yes, sir.
So what?
Sir, এখানে কি সেলারও জানে না যে কোনটা গুড কোনটা ব্যাড?
না, initially they don't know. ঠিক আছে, initially they don't know. So what will happen in the second round? The sellers will try not to give a good quality car, right?
সেলার কিভাবে ট্রাই করবে গুড কোয়ালিটি কার না দিতে? মানে সেলার তো নিজেও জানে না যে এটা গুড কোয়ালিটি না ব্যাড কোয়ালিটির।
জানে না, কিন্তু সেকেন্ড রাউন্ডে সে he'll find out.
মানে সেকেন্ড রাউন্ডে হচ্ছে সে বুঝতেছে যে তার কাছে কিছু মানে যারা কিনছে অলরেডি তাদের মধ্যে 50% হ্যাপি 50% আনহ্যাপি। তার মানে তার কাছে এখন যে গাড়ি আছে এর মধ্যে 50% হ্যাপি মানে ভালো গাড়ি 50% খারাপ গাড়ি। তো সেক্ষেত্রে হচ্ছে গিয়ে এখন সেলার 750 টাকায় দিবে না, সে আর একটু বেশিতে দিতে চাইবে।
এবং
লাইক সে যদি 1,000 থেকে 500 মিডলে তো আমি বায়ার হিসাবে অফার করছি, এখন সেলার হিসাবে সে হয়তো বা চাইবে 900 950 এর মধ্যে দিতে, তাহলে তার লসটাও কম হচ্ছে, আবার ওইদিকে প্রফিট হলেও বেশি প্রফিট হয়ে যাচ্ছে।
So what will happen in the second round? The sellers will try to offer a low quality car. Why? Because the average price is falling down, right? So ultimately what will happen? The price that the buyers will offer will be 500 taka, and only bad quality cars can be sold on the market. How many of you have gone to Gulistan underground market? Is there anybody here who has gone to Gulistan underground market?
Yes, sir. I have.
Underground
gone there.
market মানে
That you haven't gone. Who has gone?
Sir, I have gone there. Sir,
Acha,
it হচ্ছে কি
what's your name?
Wasik, sir.
Acha, do you think that good quality phones will be sold in Gulistan underground market?
No, sir.
Why not?
Sir, that's a cheap place for buying phones, and most of them are like stolen phones.
Okay, most of them are stolen phones, cheap phones, second-hand phones. Shobi manlam, ঠিক আছে? So for the who said that? Who asked where the Gulistan underground market is?
Sir, me, Jennifer.
Jennifer. Okay, yeah. Wasik, tell Jennifer where it is.
It's in Gulistan.
Gulistan. You just go to Gulistan, ask them where the underground market is. It's
It's
a
a
big,
underpass.
গুলিস্তানে বুঝেছি, মানে আন্ডারগ্রাউন্ড মার্কেট বলতে
এটা
It's a
হচ্ছে কি
basement market.
আন্ডারপাস, একটা মানে রোড ক্রস করার আন্ডারপাস, সো এটাকে ওরা মার্কেট বানায় ফেলেছে।
মাটির নিচে but it's a basement market, so people know it as an underground market. Okay, now in a market where cheap things are sold, used things, do you expect, is it logically possible to expect a good quality product to sell there?
No, sir.
You go to opposite Dhaka College, the place where I buy my shirts, not this one. They're all cheap quality shirts. So definitely I'm not going to offer a very high price if I go to that market, right?
Yes, sir. Maximum 500.
Sorry?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you will get, sorry?
Maximum 500 taka.
350 to 450 actually, anyhow. 500 to diboi na, impossible.
500 টাকা, স্যার।
Maximum 500.
350, sir.
Huh? 350, today is Tuesday, right? এখন তো লকডাউন, on Tuesday এলিফ্যান্ট রোডে সব কার্টুন নিয়ে বসে থাকে, শার্ট নিয়ে।
হ্যাঁ।
You can buy shirts for 250 to 300 টাকা.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes if I go out for a walk, I like a shirt, I buy it. Unnecessary. What's the point in buying, spending 1,500, 2,000, 2,500 taka on a shirt?
True.
And after 6 months, you give it to somebody who needs a shirt. Plus, wealth will recycle anyhow. So now let's go to the next slide. Okay. I'm just reading through the points. I think you guys have understood it. Buyers will assume an average price with information of percentage of both. For example, this 50% are good quality, 50% are bad quality. If the average price will definitely be more than the actual price of the bad quality, less than the actual price of the good quality car, 750. Okay. Will this be a stable outcome? No. Why? After some time, people will find that they're being cheated. So they will revise that 750. Once they start revising it, 750 will automatically fall down, as we have all agreed. And finally, it will settle down at 500 taka. So if the buyers are offering 500 taka, where because they cannot credibly identify which is a good quality and a bad quality, then automatically bad quality products will drive out good quality products. AJ, in the extreme, only lemons will be sold. So if there is asymmetric information, then in this market, the bad quality products will drive out the good quality products. Now, the next thing is we need to introduce another concept which is called incomplete information. Acha. Let's get back to our bank and loan example. I'm taking a loan for an agricultural project. I'm going to lease out some lychees or some mangoes, and I take a loan for 2 years. Acha. Within these 2 years, what will the weather be? Do I know, or does the bank know?
Sorry, sir, can you please repeat the question?
I'm going to take a loan for a lychee orchard or a mango orchard. Okay, the loan will be valid for 2 years. Now, in 2 years, a big factor that will be responsible for my harvest is the weather. Do I know how the weather will play out in the next 2 years as the seller at the bank?
No.
No,
The
sir.
bank
No.
doesn't.
No, sir.
Bank does not know, and also the person who's taking out the loan, they also don't know how the weather will be panning out in 2 years, right?
Yes.
So this is uncertain information.
Uncertain information.
Uncertain. It is determined by nature. It is determined by random effects. For example, if I took a loan in 2019, was there any way, no matter how honest I was, whatever good intention I had, is there any way that I knew that into 2020 the world will be affected by coronavirus?
No, sir.
There's no way. So this type of information is known as incomplete information, where both parties are equally ignorant. Equally ignorant. The main word is both parties are equally ignorant about the random effect. In the first case, it was the weather. In the second case, it was the pandemic. Even after the pandemic started in 2020, could anybody say that after 1 year in South Asia, in Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, and these 3 countries, I know that the pandemic will get much, much worse even after a vaccine has come?
No, sir.
So that is uncertain information. Uncertain information is not asymmetric information. Why? Neither sellers nor buyers know the outcome of these uncertain events. So both the buyers and the sellers are equally ignorant. But in the case of asymmetric information, one person is ignorant, other part is not ignorant. So can you now understand the difference between incomplete information and asymmetric information?
একটু মানে একটু প্যাচ লেগে গেছে আমার, সরি স্যার। আমি
নো প্রবলেম, ইফ ইউ হ্যাভ প্যাচ আমরা প্যাচ করব। আচ্ছা, সেটা হচ্ছে which part are you is creating confusion for you?
আচ্ছা স্যার, এই যে ইকুয়ালি ইগনোরেন্টের যে ব্যাপারটা, আনসার্টেন ইনফরমেশনের কথা বলতেছেন, এটা আমি বুঝছি যে বায়ার এবং সেলার দুজনেরই মানে ক্লিয়ার কোনো আইডিয়া থাকে না যে কি হইতে পারে। যেমন আপনি ব্যাংক লোনের কথাটা বললেন, এটা আমি বুঝতে পারছি স্যার। তা আমার কথা হচ্ছে যে এটা কি সিমেট্রিকের মধ্যেও পড়ে না? যে সিমেট্রিক কি মানে দুইজন জানবে?
হ্যাঁ, এটা সিমেট্রিক, কিন্তু এটা হচ্ছে কি, it has nothing to do with the behavior of either the bank or the behavior of the person who's taking the loan. এবার বোঝা গেছে?
Behavior?
For example, in a used car market, okay, a seller, if the seller wants, the seller can cheat the buyer, right? But when we are looking at random effects like weather, random effects like a pandemic, does the bank know that a pandemic will happen?
No.
The person who's taken the loan for a business, can they say that the pandemic will happen?
No.
এই ইনফরমেশন যদি যে কোনো একজন আগে জানতে পারতো, then definitely one party could have cheated the other party, but here both of them are equally ignorant.
আচ্ছা
মানে দুইজনই অজ্ঞ, but they are ignorant at the same percentage. Somebody else asked a question. Yes, please.
Sir, symmetric information ফার্মার কাছে। Symmetric information হচ্ছে আমাদের কিছু ইনফরমেশন থাকে বায়ার এবং সেলার বোথ পার্টির কাছে, কিন্তু ইনকমপ্লিট ইনফরমেশনের ক্ষেত্রে আমাদের কাছে আনসার মানে কোনো ধরনের কোনো ইনফরমেশন থাকে না অ্যাবাউট এনি কাইন্ডস অফ ইনসিডেন্ট।
না ইনফরমেশন থাকবে, আমি ওটা বলতেছি, সেটা আই এম ক্লিয়ারিং ইট নাও। there is a possibility of 50% chance that there will be a bad rain in the next 2 years. Okay.
Okay, sir.
The weather forecast is that there is a 50% chance of bad weather, which can damage the agricultural crop. Both the buyer, that means the person who's taking the loan, and the seller, the bank, they have the same set of information that 50% will be, there is a chance that there will be a bad rain.
It
Or there
can
will
be
be
or
a,
it cannot be.
whatever. So we both have the same, it is symmetric information, but symmetric information about an uncertain event.
Uncertain event.
Exactly.
Ever
Yes, sir.
clear?
হ্যাঁ স্যার এখন ঠিক আছে
Oh, great. So if it is a bad weather, weather forecast said, okay, next 2 years, there's a 50% chance of a lot of rain or no rain at all. The bank has the same information as the seller. The person who's taking the loan as the buyer, they also have the same set. So they are equally ignorant. Is this symmetric information, but symmetric about an uncertain event? Ever clear?
জি স্যার
So if this happens, this is not asymmetric information, because one party cannot take advantage of the other party. ঠিক আছে? Okay.
যখন স্যার আনসার্টেনিটিটা চলে আসবে তখন এটা ইনকমপ্লিট ইনফরমেশন হবে।
হ্যাঁ কারেক্ট। আচ্ছা, এখন আমি একটা ইয়েতে যাই, where is it? এই যে দেখো, why did I underline this one? Quality. Same set of information আমরা এখন clear. Now let me clarify the term quality. Now I go to a proper shop. I buy a good set of tires for my car. So I buy 4 tires. 4 tires means at least each one will be 8,000 taka. Because a few days ago I had to buy each one for 9,000 for one of my cars. So I buy it for 36 or 40,000, whatever, for 4 tires. After I buy the tire, do I have any? Can I confidently say that these tires will last for 2 years?
No, sir.
So before a transaction, the challenge is to find out the actual quality of the product. That I have solved. I have bought a very good set of tires for my car, and I know that they are the top quality. But once I make the transaction, can I confidently say that these tires will last for 2 years? You can't. Acha. Let me give you another example. Brack University hires somebody, and the hiring process is extremely competitive. The screening process is extremely fair. So they hire Mr. X or Miss X, whatever. Can Brack University 100% be confident that Mr. X or Miss Y or Miss X, whatever, will be performing fantastically after 2 years?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So the next problem with asymmetric information is, before we make a transaction, we call them search goods. According to your text, the actual word is adverse selection. After we make the product, make the purchase, only after time has gone can we know whether it was a good buy or a bad buy. These we call experience goods according to your text, or we call it moral hazard. Okay? Acha, এখন let me look at adverse selection first. Just look at the word. There's 2 words here, adverse selection. I'm going to try to make a meaningful sentence from it. Still, adversity in selecting quality. Adversity in selecting quality. That means I cannot distinguish which one is good quality or bad quality. Doesn't it mean that? If there is adversity in selecting quality, that means I cannot credibly distinguish whether this is a good quality product or a bad quality product, right?
স্যার আবার একটু বলেন।
হ্যাঁ জি
Acha,
স্যার।
adversity in selecting quality. I just made a sentence from these two words, a meaningful sentence. What does that mean? I'm having problem in selecting quality. What does that mean? I'm facing a problem in being able to identify whether this was a good quality product or a bad quality product. Isn't that adverse selection?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
another to
Yes, sir.
another to understand the quality of the product and another to understand the quality of the product.
Yes, correct. You are unable to understand the quality of the product. Correct.
স্যার শোনা যাচ্ছে না।
শোনা যাচ্ছে না? হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, বলে কি?
না স্যার শোনা যাচ্ছে।
স্যার যাচ্ছে শোনা।
শোনা
আচ্ছা,
যাচ্ছে স্যার।
ও আচ্ছা আচ্ছা। Acha, the adversity selection means adversity in selecting quality. That means if I don't have adversity in selecting quality, I can separate. This basket is the good quality, I have to offer a good price. This basket is the bad quality, I will definitely not offer a good price. But if I have adversity in selecting the quality, I don't know which basket has good quality or bad quality. That is also asymmetric information quality wise, right? Right?
Yes.
Do we agree? Okay. This is known in your book as search goods. When this always happens before the transaction is made. Before the transaction is made, asymmetric information is worried about the quality of the product. So what do? We always do market research before a purchase is made. How do we do a market research? If we want to buy, if we see a book whose title we like, one of the first choices will be for people is to go to Amazon and see customer feedback. Another choice would be to look at the book reviews in the different papers. Another choice would be to consult Goodreads, the site. Okay, then we can make a decision, right? That okay, then I can buy this book, or I can buy this particular speaker for my computer. Okay, does that make sense?
স্যার এটা কি এরকম যে অনলাইনে আমি রেটিং দেখে তারপর এই জিনিসটা আমি পারচেজ?
হ্যাঁ, রেটিং দেখেও করতে পারো, because if you're buying from Daraz, what will you do? You don't know the seller, but you can see the seller's response. It's 90%, and other indicators. Then you know that this is a credible seller.
Yes,
Or
sir.
if it is from Daraz Mall, Daraz has some dedicated shops, so those are totally guaranteed. For example, if I want to buy something, a Walton product via Daraz, I can go to the Walton shop in Daraz. Okay, so what you said, that rating, same thing. So basically before a transaction is made, we are obsessed by whether we are getting a good quality product or a bad quality product. So we do some market research to reduce adverse selection. Now, if there's echo, let me know. Okay.
স্যার
হ্যাঁ
আপনি যে এখানে দারাজের এক্সাম্পলটা দিলেন,
হ্যাঁ
স্যার ব্যাপারটা এরকম যে দারাজ থেকে তো আমি রেটিং দেখে কিনতেছি
হ্যাঁ।
যে এই জিনিসটার রেটিংটা কেমন হবে, কিন্তু অ্যাডভার্সিটি সিলেকশন যেটা এখানে তো হচ্ছে গিয়ে বায়ার সেলার দুজনই জিনিসটা জানে না যে বিফোর ট্রানজাকশন
না adverse selection, one of the two parties knows more than the other. When we are buying from Daraz, for example, you're buying a cable, okay, just a cable for your speakers. Now there are 300 sellers there. Some of them have a rating of say 10%, some of them have a rating of 95% plus. Who will you buy from?
যেটা রেটিং বেশি।
Why? Because you know that this is a credible signal that this seller will not cheat you. But if somebody has a rating of 10%, okay, অথবা ওখানে লেখা আছে we don't have enough data to comment, then definitely I will not go for that seller. So search code is what I do. If I do some market research, then I can, before the transaction is made, I can reduce the problem of adverse selection. I can reduce the problem of getting a bad quality product even though I paid a high quality price. Ever clear?
Sir, I always
Get adversity in selection when going by watermelon.
Ah, watermelon. Well, you know that joke.
Which one, sir?
The watermelon seller takes the watermelon and he body the melon.
Oh,
এটা জানি স্যার জানি স্যার
You know that, huh? তারপর সে করে কি যেটাতে তিনটা বাড়ি দেওয়ার পর 3 নাম্বারটা সেলারকে বায়ারকে দেয়, তারপর আল্লাহ ভরসা
আল্লাহ ভরসা।
হলে ভালো না হলে নাই।
এখানে স্যার অ্যাডভার্সিটি ইন সিলেকশন সবচেয়ে বেশি স্যার,
তাই না?
সিভিয়ার স্যার।
Okay, so how do you solve the problem? I'd like to know as well if you have an answer.
Sir, মানে in this season I am dumped by 2 times. So
what? Huh? Okay.
2 times I am dumped. So মানে next time I'm not going buying watermelon again. Sir.
No, you do one thing. You tell them to cut a little piece for you.
এটা করি না স্যার, আসলে রাস্তাঘাটে তো আবার কেটে ফেলে মানে
ও
এই করোনার সময় তো স্যার
তাহলে আর কি করা
বাট স্যার তাহলে ইন দিস কেস মানে এটা অ্যাডভার্স সিলেকশন তাহলে কিভাবে হয় স্যার? অ্যাডভার্স সিলেকশনে তো একজন তো জানবে কোয়ালিটি কি রকম, তো এখানে তো 3 নাম্বারটা বাড়িয়ে দিয়ে
সেলার ভালো জানে, সেলার ভালো জানে স্যার।
না, সেলার জানে কিন্তু বাইরে থেকে বোঝা যায় না, কিন্তু ডাব যখন বিক্রি করে ভিতরে অ্যাকচুয়াল পানিটা কি এটা সেলারও জানে না। সেলার may have information that this dab is from a good মানে good garden or a bad garden, ঠিক আছে, এই ইনফরমেশন সেলারের কাছে থাকতে পারে, বাট ইন্ডিভিজুয়াল ডাব বা ইন্ডিভিজুয়াল মেলন এই ইনফরমেশন কি সেলারের কাছে আসলে আছে?
না স্যার, পারফেক্টলি নাই স্যার।
স্যার এই অ্যাডভার্সিটি সিলেকশনের পারফেক্ট एग्जांपल হচ্ছে ওয়াটারমেলন। হ্যাঁ এক্স্যাক্টলি স্যার, এখন বুঝছি স্যার, এতক্ষণ আমার মানে আমি এতক্ষণ এক্সপ্লেনেশন বুঝছি।
এক্স্যাক্টলি স্যার, মানে ট্রানজাকশনের মানে আগে হয় তারপর কেনার পর আমরা জানতে পারি অ্যাকচুয়ালি কি ছিল।
হ্যাঁ, পারফেক্ট एग्जांपल।
এই তো গুড এক্সাম্পলটা কে দিছে? হোয়াটস ইওর নেম?
স্যার আমি কাজী মোহাম্মদ আলী ইসলাম স্যার, কাজী ইসলাম।
ও কাজী, our Mirpur chap.
Yes sir, yes sir.
Okay, the person who lives in Mirpur. Okay, lovely. Okay. আমি ওই যে কয়েকদিন আগে মানিকগঞ্জ গেছিলাম, দেখি রাস্তার পাশে অনেকগুলো মেলন, তো আমি গেলাম এবং এক্স্যাক্টলি বাইক করলো, ঠাস ঠাস করে আওয়াজ করলো, 3 নাম্বারটা আমাকে দিল।
আজকে আমার ক্ষেত্রেও হয়েছে স্যার, কিনতে গিয়ে স্যার আমরা যখন কিনতেছি তখন বলে যে 3 নাম্বারটা বাড়ি দিয়ে বলে 6 মাস পর্যন্ত
সবাই এক কাজই করে।
আর সেলাররাই বা কি করবে বলো? সেলাররা তো জানে না ভিতরে কি আছে। আর কাজী যেমন বললো না, ডিউরিং করোনা ইটস ডিফিকাল্ট টু ওপেন ইট এন্ড চেক ইট, প্লাস দিস ইজ রমজান মাস, you can't taste it during the daytime if you're fasting.
মানে স্যার বাইরে যেটা কাটার পর যদি পছন্দ না হয় তখন তো বলাও যাবে না যে নিব না।
হ্যাঁ, তখন তো বলা যাবে না কাটার পর, দ্যাটস another problem. পরে আমি অবশ্য 4-5টা কিনে নিয়ে আসে গাড়িতে যে করে ধরে, কিন্তু ওই জিনিসটা আমি খেয়াল করছি যে বাড়ি দেয় 3 নাম্বারটা আমাকে দিয়ে দিল। So anyhow, okay, so the second part of experience goods or moral hazard is even if we buy a good quality product, there is no guarantee we have information about the actual performance of the product. This is এটা আমরা next class এ দেখবো what sellers do. Sellers give a warranty or a guarantee period, right?
Yes sir.
If you buy from a expensive shop, the warranty or guarantee may be 1 year. If you buy from
electric product,
any product, if you buy from a good quality shop, they'll give you 1 year warranty. If you buy from Guristan underground market, they'll give you 5-hour warranty. Okay, so this is one way that sellers address the moral hazard problem. This we will look at later on in the next class. Acha, now we are going to look at a model. Let me stop share. Okay, the model is acha dara model ta naam bhule gechi. No, Notorious firm. Okay, there's 2 qualities available on the market as we looked at the used car market, a good quality and a bad quality. And there is a Notorious firm. What is the Notorious firm going to do? If he can, he's going to cheat you. If he can't, he won't cheat you. Okay.
এখানে সবসময় সেলারই চিট করা ট্রাই করবে?
হ্যাঁ, এখানে seller has the information whether the quality of the good is bad or good or bad. Okay, and this is known as the notorious firm according the text. Acha. Once so he will have a tendency to cheat you. Now, a good quality product will definitely be more expensive than a bad quality product, material wise. So to produce a good quality product, the cost of production must be high. Do we agree on this?
Yes, sir.
And the cost of production of a bad quality product will definitely be lower. Now, if I'm a buyer, if I can distinguish that this is good quality, this is bad quality, that means I'm in a competitive market. I will definitely have to offer a high price for the good quality product. Why? Because if I don't do so, another buyer will definitely offer a higher price because they know that this is a good quality product. Okay, do we agree on this?
Yes, sir.
If I know that this is a good quality product, as a buyer, I can distinguish that this is good quality product, this is a bad quality product. In a competitive market, as a buyer, I have to offer a higher price. If I don't, some other buyer will come and buy it. Okay. If I know that it's a bad quality product, I will definitely offer a lower price. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Achha. So this is what will happen from the buyer's point of view. Now, what will happen from the seller's point of view? If the seller offers you a good quality product, as a buyer, what will you want to do? You have two options. Either you can offer a high price or you can offer a low price. What will you want to do? Won't you want to offer a low price?
মানে এখানে কি সেলার হচ্ছে গিয়ে আমাকে ভালো প্রোডাক্টই দিচ্ছে?
না, সেলার যদি তো ভালো প্রোডাক্টটা দেয় আমাকে, হ্যাঁ, what as a buyer I have two options. I can offer a high price, I can offer a low price. If I know that he's giving me a good product, I will definitely offer him a low price. Because if I offer him a low price, my utility will be maximized.
Exactly. Yes, sir.
If it's a genuine Samsung phone, say which is say 40,000 taka, if I offer him 20,000 taka and my transaction is successful, my utility will be maximized, right?
Okay. Yes, sir.
If he offers me a bad quality product and I offer him 20,000 taka, then I will not be unhappy, but I will definitely not be unhappy, but I will not be very happy, right? Okay, so this is how the game is being set up. Let me repeat it again. In a market, a good quality product will definitely be more expensive than a bad quality product.
Yes.
So the cost of production of the good quality product will be higher than the bad quality product. If we figure this on a graph, then the supply curve of the good quality product must be higher than the supply curve of the bad quality product. Does that make sense? Supply of the good quality product must be higher than the supply of the low quality product.
Low quality product, yes.
Because the good quality product is more costly. So the supply cost will be higher than the low quality product. Okay?
জি sir.
আচ্ছা, এখন if I offer a high price, then the seller will definitely want to give me a low quality product, right?
আমি হাই প্রাইস অফার করলে সেলার আমাকে লো কোয়ালিটির প্রোডাক্ট দিবে?
I go to the market, I offer a high price, I offer 40,000 taka for a Samsung phone, a good one, okay, A series, A7 series, okay. Now, if the seller he knows that I cannot credibly identify which is good and bad, seller কি করবে? আমাকে লো কোয়ালিটিটা দিবে না?
জি
হ্যাঁ, অবশ্যই। ও আচ্ছা, yes. Now get it.
Got it? Acha. If I now offer, if I go to the market and now I say I'm going to offer 20,000 taka. In this case, will the seller give me a good quality phone?
No, sir.
No,
So
sir.
what now let me repeat the buyer one again. If I get a good quality phone for a low price, my utility is maximized.
Yes, sir.
If I get a low quality phone after offering a low price, I am not unhappy, but my utility will not be maximized, right?
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Acha, এখন
Yes, sir.
now you find out how the equilibrium will be. The buyer will have a tendency never to offer a high price. Buyer will definitely offer a low price.
Yes.
Seller will have a tendency never to sell you a good quality product. Seller will try to sell you a bad quality product, right?
In high
Yes.
price. Yes,
So what is happening finally? Only bad quality products will be sold on this market.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Acha, if you've understood the logic now, the technical parts are all child's play.
স্যার ইকুইলিব্রিয়াম ওইটাই হবে স্যার আসলে সেলার স্যার ব্যাড কোয়ালিটি দিবে আর আমি স্যার সব সময় লো কস্টে পাইতে চাইবো স্যার এটা ইকুইলিব্রিয়াম
এটা equilibrium তো common sense. এটা পুরো common sense. Now what we are going to do, we'll just look at এই যে আচ্ছা where's the pens? আচ্ছা, this is the high quality cost curve, because we have all agreed that the high quality is more costly, so the supply curve will definitely be above the supply curve of the low quality product, right? Yes. Do we all agree? This is the supply
Yes,
curve
sir.
of the
Yes,
high
sir.
quality, supply
And this
curve
is
of the low quality.
quality.
Okay, Gello. Now, then we have an average cost curve. This point is the break-even point for the low quality product. কিভাবে? If I offer a low price, this is PL, this is PH for high. If I offer a low price and he also gives me a low quality product, then what will happen? His revenue will be this rectangle. Okay? His cost is also this rectangle. AJ, this is the cost curve and this is the supply curve. So they intersect at point C. So if I offer a low price to the seller, that I'm offering you a low price, then the seller will definitely just break even. Do we all agree on this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, lovely. Now I'm going to offer the seller a high price. PH. Seller has two options to choose from. If the seller decides to আমি তো খুব ভালো মানুষ, আমি মানুষকে ঠকাই না, ও আমাকে হাই প্রাইস অফার করেছে, I'm going to give him a good quality phone. Okay, then what happens? Seller will have to operate on this cost curve. And his average cost will be this one now. Average cost of high quality. So he breaks even at A. How does he break even? Buyer has offered this high price, this rectangle. Seller receives that as a revenue. He doesn't make any profit. He just breaks even. Just like the previous case, when I was offering low price, equilibrium was at C. So I was operating at a low cost. This is my average cost. I break even at C. ঠিক আছে?
স্যার এখানে কি ওই প্রোডাকশন কস্ট প্রাইসটা সেম সেলিং প্রাইস?
হ্যাঁ, production cost selling price, correct. Okay. So if I offer a high price, seller has two options. If he gives me the high quality product, seller just breaks even, right? This is the rectangle. Do you see? Seller just breaks even over here.
Yes, sir.
Achha, you've understood, Kazi. What about the other people? I offer a high price. Seller also gives me a high quality product. So he operates on this cost curve. Equilibrium is now at point A. So
Yes, sir.
revenue and cost is the same. Okay.
Yes.
Yes,
Now
sir.
seller has a second option. What is the second option? Not to operate on this curve. What can the seller do? The seller will offer give you a low quality car.
Quality curve. হ্যাঁ।
Okay, so the low quality car hole, the seller will be operating on this supply curve, right?
Yes.
Okay.
এটাতে তো
Now,
রেভিনিউটা বেড়ে যাচ্ছে।
and now let's see what will happen. I offered a high price. That means this is the price that I offered. The seller is.
Oh, yes,
Hello?
sir. Now I got it. Ji, sir.
Asada, you take time. Don't worry. We have time until 6 o'clock. Okay. So O G A Q1.
Q1. Yes, sir.
This is the price that I offered to him. Okay. He is now a notorious firm. He has decided to operate over here. So or cost koto? 0 F C Q1 na?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
And
sir.
so what happens? He gets two profits. Number one, I offered this entire money for the good quality phone.
Good quality of
His cost is this the small rectangle. Okay, so this rectangle F G A C a D area ta. Isn't this D area a profit that he's going to make?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
He'll make another profit. Because he operated on a small lower cost, he's also going to enjoy this this triangle type area.
আর সেলারের ফ্লেক্সিবিলিটি এটাই স্যার, এসিবি
না D plus ACB, এই যে D rectangle plus ACB triangle টা।
স্যার ই এর ব্যাপারটা বুঝতে পারিনি, এটা
আচ্ছা, আবার ই এর ব্যাপারটা বুঝে প্রথম থেকে আবার বলি। I have offered a high price, which is this rectangle.
OGAQ1.
Correct. The seller is operating on this cost curve. Okay, he's breaking even at C. So what is his cost? OFCQ1.
OFCQ1. Yes, sir.
Correct. So what is this D rectangle? এটা তার profit না?
Yes, sir. Profit.
আচ্ছা, এখন আরেকটা profit সে কেন পাচ্ছে? Because he's operating on this curve, the lower curve, not on this one. Okay, so he'll get this profit as well. This ACB, this rectangleish, sorry, this triangular area. কেন করবে? Because his equilibrium is not at A, it's now at B. Got it? Is he operating on this curve?
No, sir.
He's operating on this curve, right? So
yes, sir.
his equilibrium will now be at point B. So he will get that D profit
plus E.
D plus E.
So if you are the seller, if I offer a high price, and if you know that you can't, you will not get caught, what will you do? You will definitely operate on this supply curve, right?
Low quality.
Correct. So if you are offered a low price, you will definitely be very good boy. You will give the low quality product. But if you are offered a high price, then you have the option to cheat. If you can get away by cheating, why should you be honest? Got the logic?
Yes, sir.
Beautiful. এখন আমরা একটু গেম থিওরি করি। আচ্ছা, আমরা একটা কাজ করি, এটা আছে না? ওহো, এভাবে তো হচ্ছে না। ও ওকে, এটা কি আরো ছোট করা যায়? Okay, can you see this high quality, low quality?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
so high quality, low quality means the row player is the seller. High price is offered, low price is offered. That means the column player is the buyer. Now, if the buyer offers a high price, what will happen? If the seller also gives a high quality product, then he just breaks even at A.
Break even. Yes, sir.
Right? His price was this rectangle. This rectangle is also his cost. So if he has offered a high price and he also gives a high quality product, he will break even. But if he is offered a high price and he gives a low quality product,
Profit
then he
T plus Z.
T plus E, correct. Okay, lovely. So he makes a big profit. So what does he do? Definitely low quality product is the best option for him, best response, if the buyer offers a
sir.
high price.
Yes, sir.
If the buyer offers a low price, what will he do? If he gives the low quality product, he will break even. If he decides, no, I'll give the high quality product, then what will happen? This is the price that the buyer has offered, low price. This is the quality that he has ended up making. So what happens? D is now loss. Correct.
Yes, sir.
If buyer offers a low price, he will definitely produce low quality product and break even. So he will always produce low quality. Right?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, lovely. Now let's look at from the other side. If the buyer knows that the seller is going to give a high quality product, what does the buyer do? Buyer offers high price, he is not unhappy. But if buyer can get away by offering a low price, isn't that the best solution for the buyer?
Yes, sir.
So if high quality is made, low price being offered by the buyer is the best response. If low quality product is offered and buyer offers a high price, that is definitely the worst situation, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
And if a low quality product is offered and the buyer also offers a low price, that is a worse situation. He's not unhappy, but at the same time, he's not extremely unhappy. এখানে ঠকে নেই আর কি, তাই না?
এটা কি আবার একটু বলা যাবে?
অবশ্যই। সেটা
স্যার
হচ্ছে
বুঝি না এটা।
Okay, no problem. If the seller offers a low quality product, buyer has two options. If buyer offers high price, isn't that the worst of all these? Better, best, worst. এটা সবচেয়ে worst না? মানে
আমি লো কোয়ালিটি প্রোডাক্ট বেশি প্রাইস দিয়ে কিনতেছি।
বেশি worst outcome. আচ্ছা, এটা কি second worst না?
জি।
Why is it the second worst? Because I'm paying for what I'm getting, that is true, but the quality of the product is not good. So that is a second best solution for me. What was the best solution? এই জায়গাটা।
এটা বাইরের জন্য। হ্যাঁ।
তাহলে দেখো, whatever the situation, seller always sells low quality. Whatever the situation, buyer always offers a low price.
Low price.
So where do they intersect? এই কলামটাতে intersect করে না এই বক্সে?
Yes, sir.
So that is the equilibrium of the game. The main argument is if there is adverse selection and if the farm thinks that the farm wants to get away because of this adverse selection, then farm will always try to sell low quality and buyers will always offer low price.
Low price.
So what will happen? Bad quality products will drive out good quality products. What we have said at the beginning of the class. Okay, done? Oh, এটা একই জিনিস। আচ্ছা, this is what we are going to look at.
Sir, earlier slide টাতে একটু যাবেন স্যার।
আচ্ছা, sure. This one.
হ্যাঁ স্যার, স্যার আমার কথাটা হচ্ছে যে এই যে ইকুইলিব্রিয়াম জায়গাটাতে যেটা আমরা আসলাম, তো স্যার এটা কি স্যার মনোপলিস্টিক কম্পিটিশনে যদি এরকম হয়ে যায় তখন তো আর ডিফারেন্সিয়েশন হবে না স্যার কখনো।
আচ্ছা, monopolistic competition, did we say that there is a asymmetric information problem?
Yes, sir.
Did we mention that there's an asymmetric information problem in monopolistic competition?
No, sir. No, sir.
তাহলে এই প্রবলেমটা হবে না। তোমার ওডিসি মার্কেটে আমি যেখানে যাই ওই 500 টাকা দিয়ে শার্ট কিনবো, somebody else এটা ওই একই মানে শার্টটা যখন হাই এন্ডে কিনবে সে 2500 বা 3000 টাকা দিয়ে কিনবে। ঠিক আছে?
বুঝতে পারছি।
এবার ক্লিয়ার তো? Okay, lovely. So this is what we are going to address in the next class. That why does this problem arise, adverse selection? Because just stop share. In reality, what do we do? Do we play a game? আমাদের social interaction কি একবার হয়, or we have social interaction more than once?
More than once, sir.
Definitely, because when we live in a society, people interact between each other more than once. Because of technology, maybe I have never bought from you, but if I buy from Daraz, I know your seller credentials. ঠিক আছে, মানে whether what is your response rate, then I can look at some feedback from the other customers. So I may not have met you any time of my life, but you have interacted with this trade with many other people. So in real life, what happens? We always interact more than once. We never interact only one time. If we interact one time, what happens? There is no scope for future. If there is no scope for future, then in a social interaction, there is no scope for punishment or reward. If there is, if the future does not exist, then the scope for punishment or reward also does not exist.
Yes, sir.
What does that mean? For example, sorry, somebody said something? Oh, no. If the future does not exist, then the scope for punishment or reward also does not exist. How does that work? iPhone has created a brand name. This brand name was not created overnight. Isn't it from millions and millions of interactions with their customers that iPhone created a brand name?
Certainly, sir.
I know. Othoba, if we look at Samsung top-end phones, they also did not create their brand name overnight. It was due to millions and millions of interactions with their customers. Now, if for any reason iPhone decides, okay, আমার তো প্রচুর market share আছে, let me try to cheat people. What will cheat people do? Won't they punish them? Once you know the
Yes,
news
sir.
comes out, if iPhone carries on being good and faithful to their brand image, then people will carry on rewarding them.
Yes, sir.
If this is my first iPhone purchase, I will definitely look at the market research, etc. Okay, this is a credible company. This phone can give me whatever I want. So I will go and reward them by buying them, becoming their first-time customer. If iPhone can be stays faithful to me, then what will happen? Then what will happen is I will ultimately reward them by buying my second phone as also iPhone. So in a market, the adverse selection problem is solved basically through multiple numerous interactions through which one party either punishes or rewards the other party for their behavior. We will look at this in detail in the next class. Okay. তারপর হচ্ছে দেখো, আচ্ছা, Mr. Kazi, you are a good shopper, right?
Sir,
Acha. So and you have your specific buyers, sellers from whom you buy, right?
Yeah, sir.
Why? Because isn't this a reliance relationship?
Yes, sir.
The seller also likes you, okay? Because
to some extent, sir.
To some extent, okay. And to some extent, you also like the seller, right?
Yes, sir.
And this relationship is not a brand image relationship, but it is definitely a mutually beneficial relationship that has grown over time.
Over time, yes, sir.
So whichever market you normally go to, you have your particular sellers, right?
Mostly, sir.
Okay, mostly. There's another way of doing it, which we'll look at next class, that bonding mechanism. This is what the banks do. When a bank gives, say, 500 crore or 1,000 crore taka loan, what does the bank do? Let me give you an example. In Dhaka city, or maybe Nanshu, are you here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, lovely. In Dhaka city example, everybody knows. In Nepal, where you live, in the public transport car buses, are there any stickers on the back financed by so and so bank?
Yeah, sometimes advertisement can be seen on private.
Not advertisement. For example, there's a bus. It's a public bus, and in the back there's a sticker that says "Financed by Bank X." Is there this type of banners on any of your public cars in Nepal?
No, sir.
Okay, lovely. In Dhaka, and now let's get back to the Dhaka people. Have you noticed in some what do you call it? Some public transports, it's written financed by so and so bank.
Hanif Enterprise, financed by Islamic Bank.
Okay, lovely. Acha, তারপর all the real estate business, real estate যেগুলি বাড়ি তৈরি হচ্ছে, don't they have in front financed by so and so bank?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Acha,
sir.
why does the bank this is not an advertisement. This is known as bonding mechanism. If a bank gives 1,000 crore taka as a loan to a business firm, which a bank can, there's nothing wrong in it, then the bank becomes a partner to the business. The bank can come and look at the business to see whether the business is progressing. You get it?
না স্যার, এটা বুঝি নাই।
আচ্ছা বুঝো, আচ্ছা।
Could you please repeat again?
I'll repeat again. Are there any bankers here? Do we have any bankers in the class? We don't. Okay. Acha. Suppose Walton is a big industrial company in Bangladesh, or say Square Group. They are very established company. They want to build a factory which will cost say 5,000 crore taka. So what they do, they approach a bank that please give us 3,000 crore taka loan. এরকম লোন কি ওয়ালটন কিংবা স্কয়ার গ্রুপ নিতে পারে না?
Yes, sir.
Consider capital financing.
Definitely, because they are a very big company and they are a credible company. They are not, they're not, they don't cheat people. They are responsible business houses. So once, suppose my bank, I'm a banker, I'm going to give 3,000 crore loan. That's a huge amount of money. If anything goes wrong, the bank will be in deep trouble. So what does the bank do? Bank becomes a partner to this project. This is the bonding mechanism. Establishing.
এটা কি স্যার মর্গেজের পরিবর্তে যেটা করে ওইটা নাকি?
হ্যাঁ, মর্গেজের পরিবর্তে একটা হচ্ছে আমি যদি একটা লোন নিতে যাই, ঠিক আছে, suppose I want to buy a flat for say 1 crore taka. In that case I can give mortgage for 20 lakhs.
আচ্ছা,
ঠিক আছে, but suppose if the business project is 2,000 crore taka.
আচ্ছা, বুঝছি স্যার।
তখন কি ওয়ালটন তো তার অ্যাসেটস গুলো এভাবে মর্গেজ দিতে পারবে না,
মর্গেজ দিতে পারবে না, তাই পার্টনার হিসেবে নিয়ে নেয়। ওকে, বুঝছি স্যার।
Because in that case that is not a feasible option. For small loans, banks will ask for mortgage, bondok, that we say in Bangla, okay, but for a very big loan, banks cannot, bondok is not going to work, mortgage system.
They really become partner by taking loans or by
no, they don't become a partner by sharing profit. They become a partner by overseeing the project.
They work as an advisor, kind of, right?
Advisor and also monitor. Every bank has a monitoring cell. Sometimes, for example, somebody wants to make a bridge. They say banks also keep engineers. Do you know that?
Sir, that means they are monitoring their project just for measuring their risk level.
Correct. This is the bonding mechanism. Every bank has engineers who work for them who are non-bankers. Do you know that?
আমার একটা প্রশ্ন ছিল।
Sure.
স্যার, মানে আপনি যেটা বলছেন ব্যাংকের ক্ষেত্রে, এটা তো স্যার ডেপ্ট ফাইন্যান্স। ডেপ্ট ফাইন্যান্সে তো স্যার আসলে পার্টনার কিভাবে হয় স্যার? ইকুইটি ফাইন্যান্সে হতে পারে পার্টনার, বা আপনার ওনারশিপ বেসিসে প্রফিট শেয়ার করতে পারে, কিন্তু
no, পার্টনার মানে কি মনিটরিং করবে, they will monitor,
share করবে both and the business.
হ্যাঁ, because when the bank is going to give Walton say 1,000 crore taka, ঠিক আছে, If things go right, fantastic. If things go wrong, that's a huge amount of money, right?
For addressing the risk.
Yes, so that the bank can monitor the risk. Okay, if a bank is going to give 5 lakh taka for a lichu project for a small farmer, that's one thing. But if I am going to lease out 500 acres of land in, say, Sirajganj, Pabna area, then I'm going to take a very big loan. If I'm going to take out a very big loan, won't the bank try their level best to make sure that everything goes right?
Obviously, sir.
So in that case, what the banks do, this is one, we'll discuss this in detail in the next class, why they do it and how they do it, okay? And how information gaps can be eradicated by doing so.
জি স্যার, তবে ব্যাংক স্যার একটা কাজ করে, যেটা হচ্ছে স্যার ব্যাংক যদি কোনো আন্ডারলাইং কন্ডিশনের বেসিসে ব্যাংক যদি 1000 2000 কোটি টাকা লোন দেয়, ব্যাংক পার্টির কাছ থেকে একটা মানে লিখিত নিয়ে নেয় যে এনি ফার্দার স্ট্র্যাটেজিক ডিসিশন অবশ্যই ব্যাংককে ইনফর্ম করতে হবে, যাতে ব্যাংকের যে মানে প্রফিট বা ইন্টারেস্ট যে রিকভারি বা মানে যেটা রিকভারি, এটা যাতে কোনো হ্যাম্পার না হয়। এটা ব্যাংক,
এটা সম্ভবত হচ্ছে পাবলিক লিমিটেড কোনো কোম্পানি যদি ব্যাংকের থেকে লোন নেয় সেক্ষেত্রে হতে পারে।
Okay, whatever it is, even if the bank is not sharing the profit with the person, but at least what the bank is doing, bank is monitoring whether the risk is being controlled, right?
Sir, current times কি আসলে এটা হয়? কারণ most of the private banks currently working in Bangladesh are politically influenced and they are owned by.
Let's assume that the banks are professional.
Not just let's assume, just the current conditions.
So the big
like National Bank, they are operated by their family members actually. Okay. So recently their family members are divided into two parts, and they are like colliding. Decision is not so far so good.
Okay.
And their governing body is like unfunctional at this moment.
No, but that's not a responsible business practice, right?
But ঘটনা কি হয় স্যার, ব্যাংকিং বিজনেস আমি ওভার দ্য লাস্ট 2 or 3 ইয়ার্স হচ্ছে অবজার্ভ করে, যেটা হচ্ছে পলিটিক্যাল ইনফ্লুয়েন্স, মানুষজন হচ্ছে তাদের নিজেদের ব্যাংক থেকে হচ্ছে লোন নেয় বা তাদের হচ্ছে থার্ড পার্টি থ্রুতে লোনটা নেয় তাদের বিজনেস ফাইন্যান্স করার জন্য, just for the sake of bypassing the tax provision.
These are loopholes in the system, but this is not a responsible business practice, right?
Obviously, but Bangladesh is quite a responsible business practice. আপনি হচ্ছে
ম্যাক্সিমাম ব্যাংকের ক্ষেত্রে এই জিনিসগুলো হয়, আমি শুনেছি।
No, but if we look at Square or Walton, these are responsible business houses, right?
Sir, ভিত্তিকটা সামনে কি হয়?
These are responsible business houses.
আমাদের যতটুকু দেখানো হয় আমরা ঠিক ততটুকুই দেখি। স্কয়ার তাদের বিজনেস অপারেশনস ভাস্ট আমরা সবকিছু নির্দিষ্ট কভার করতে পারি না, বাট তারা রুট লেভেলে কিভাবে বিজনেস করে উই ডোন্ট নো।
That's true. That's another information gap, asymmetric information.
Yes sir. এমনও আছে যে আমি ব্যাংকের নাম বলতে চাচ্ছি না, লোন নিয়ে ব্যাংকের এমডির মাথায় গান ধরা হয়েছে।
Oh, acha, yeah, it came in the media.
Yes sir. I personally know about this situation somehow.
Okay.
মানুষজন করছে এটা বলতে হবে কেন? নিউজ পেপারে আসছে, আরে বলো।
হ্যাঁ, নিউজ পেপারে তো
ওদের নিজেদের ব্যাংক হচ্ছে ন্যাশনাল ব্যাংক লিমিটেড।
হ্যাঁ। So these things can happen, but we're not interested in these irresponsible business practices. We want to look at how a responsible business house try to address these information gaps. Okay.
Yes sir.
Okay, acha tale do we have any questions for regarding today's class?
No sir.
No sir.
Okay, shall I stop the recording here?
Sure sir.
Yes.